Hello, my friends. Today I want to talk about the React hook form to take care of the form part. So what we are going to make is this form. I used to use this formic module and the U for the form and the validation checks. If you have seen my boilerplate videos, yeah, I always use this one, but I changed it into this React hook form module to take care of the form and validation part. I think this Fermic and Yup are still really nice, but there are some reasons why I changed it. Just the first reason is I think the performance issues. So if you go to this GitHub page, there is a performance compares. There is a comparison between the React hook form and the Formic and Redux form. As you can see here, the Redux form takes 60,000 millisecond, and then Formic is 5,800 millisecond, and React form is the fastest as 3,800 milliseconds. And so this for the performance issues, the React hook form is really nice. And the second reason why I use the React hook form is I think this source code we need to use for the React hook form is really clean. I compare this React hook form and Formic and you, so you can just compare it like this. I already made a register page with the React hook form and then Formic and you. So if I scroll down, it's actually much longer and it's really kind of complicated as compared to this one. So it seems like it's much more like the React syntax, but it has its own syntax for the Formic and you. So that's why even for the syntax, I think it's a much cleaner. Yeah, this React hook form is much cleaner. So that's why I changed the Formic to the React hook form. So now we need to make this one. So if I click this submit button, like yeah, we can see this validation check works really well. So if I type anything, just okay, yeah, we will make this kind of just very simple but very useful feature. So first we need to make the UI. UI will be like this email name and password confirm, and then submit button. So to make this UI really fast, there is a Redis site where we can just fetch that source code for the UI. So first we can go to the React Hook Forms website. If you come in here to get started, and there is a code sandbox for this UI. We're just gonna get this UI, so yeah, we will use it. We will use this one. But first we need to run our React applications, but we didn't install React application yet. So we're gonna install React application really quick. So to do that, first I'm going to make one folder in this directory. I'm going to give this folder's name React form. Yeah, like this. Yeah, you can give any name you want to have for this folder, and then I'm going to just open the new text editor and then drag it into in here, so we can come inside the folder, and then we need to install the React application inside this folder we just created. So to create the React applications, we can type npx create React app like this. It will take around 1 minute. So now we've done installing it. So now I just want to try to run the React application to check whether it is installed well or not. So type the npm run start. Okay, we can see this React application runs really well. So now we need to change the UI like this. by using this code. This code. So I'm going to bring all of the code in here, copy, and inside the app.js. This is a rendering part for this one. So if I just delete here first, you can see it has changed. So we need to put this source code we got from the React Hook Forms website in here. But if we just save it in this way, we are going to get the error because we cannot treat the feature part right now. So first try to comment or the feature part, like a functionality part. So only for the UI part, I think it's already done. So we go to our application. So as you can see here, we can see this a form part, but we need to put the CSS too, like that is inside the styles.css. We need to just copy all of them too and then put it in this app.css. We delete all of the original source and then put the one we just got it from there here. So if we go to our application, we can see this. We got this UI like this, but there are also some things we need to change. Like this, we need the more form and this name. So first, we need to go to app.js in here. So we are going to change it. First, it has to be the email, and the input name will be also email, but we don't need the default value right now. So I'm going to just delete it. And the second input is like the name. So we need to give the name for the label and then name for this input's name, and we need two more forms. So I'm going to just copy here and then paste two more form, one for the password. So this name will be password, and it's better to give the type for the password to hide that plain text. And then this one is for the password confirm, and this one's name will be password confirm. Okay, so I'm going to save it and then come back to our application here. So you can clearly see our UI looks the same as this one. So now it is time to talk about how to use the React Hook form module for the validation check. Actually, this is the main part for this video. So first we can see this part. This part, you can see this watch. This watch does the observe the element named example. So if you see here, there is input but named example. So we need to put this example's names in here. As we type something in here, this watch will look at this one, observe this one. So this watch will know what is going on inside this input. So first we really do inside our code. So in here, first we need to download the React Hook form module because we haven't downloaded yet. So npm install the React Hook form and save. It is being installed right now. So now we got this React Hook form installed. First we need to import that React Hook form in here. Import the use form from React Hook form and use form here. We need the watch to observe this element like this. Watch use form, and then we will write the console log and watch, and this email, and we are going to type something inside this input. And so we are going to write something inside this email input. So if I type something, actually nothing's happened. The reason is that we didn't register this one. So whatever we do with this React hook form, first we need to put this register so we can control or observe this input. So we will put this register inside the ref attributes. So in here, yeah, just register. We also need to import this one from the React hook form. So now we come back to our application again, and then if I type something, you can see this watch is observing what is going on inside this email input. So now if we see this one, it puts a condition on how to check the validity. So further just the example input, we just registered it, but inside this example required input, we put more condition on how to check the validity. Like in here, required is for we actually require something to be typed in this input. If not, it is not validated. And there is also max length part. This means it is longer than 10 characters. It won't be also validated. So we can also put the condition inside this the register. So if we see the last line, there is for error displaying. So if this one is not validated, we need to display the error message. That is how we do like this. This error also comes from the this React hook form, so we need to get the error like this, and then we put errors, and then we also need to put this property name, like the input's name in here, and then we give the rendering parts for the error message. So by using this way, we can just put everything like this for the email input and the name input and password confirm. So, but inside this password confirm, there is a kind of like a complicated part. So after writing all of the code in here, I'm going to explain this one. There is something we need to look at the use ref and then some other things only for this validate part, like the password confirm. So I'm going to explain it later. So first, come back to our text editor, and we try to write the validation part. So first for the email, so I want to give the type for email. This type will be email, and then I also want to give some condition for this email input, that is required true. We always need this required to be typed with the real email, and then we also need to put the pattern. The pattern, we can just put the regex in here for the email, and then for the name, yeah, I think it's good. Require true and max, and then we also need to put the error part. We can get it from here, error part. So if validation checks fails, so we need to show this error message, and then now it's for the name input. So I think required true and max length 10 for the name. Yeah, it is quite okay. But now I want to give one more the error message, because there are two validation checks. So the one message is for this the first one, the second message is for the second validation check. So the way of how to implement this part is that we need to make the type. So first we give the name here like that. We need to give one more part, that is error an email, and then we need to give the type. This type will be require. If this type is required, if this validation checks fails, we will render this part. And for the second validation check, it will be same as that. So like this. And but this type will be different. Type will be the max length this time. So this error message also needs to be changed. This one will be replaced with your input exceed maximum length. Okay, and for the password, required true, it is good, but this one will be just the min length this time. Min length will be 6. And for the error message, I will just bring this part. So change the name, like password, and we also need to change the type. This one is not max length, it will be min length, so we also need to change this sentence. So this one will be your input exceed maximum length. Okay. And then lastly, for the password confirm, this one will be quite different. For first part, required true, it will be same, but this one has the validate. We will get the validate. This part, first I will write the whole part, and then I'm going to explain it again. Value, and password and current. And we don't have this password variable yet, so we need to make it in here. Const password, and we make it here with we make that with the use ref. Use ref, we need to get it from the React library, so import React and then use ref from the React. And then we also need to put the password, the current. So watch password. So I'm going to explain it later. So we put this password current in here. And we also need to give the errors part. Use it this one for it here, and password, we change this one with the password confirm. Password confirm. Okay, password confirm. So need to change this part. The passwords do not match. Yeah, now it's almost done, but except for just this unsubmit part. I'm going to comment out this part. Actually, handle submit. This one is for the when we just click this submit button. We need to get all of the data we type in here, and then by using the data, we can actually request to the backend server for saving the user information inside the database. So originally, if we use the original React way, we can just use the user state and then so like an email value or user state or name value. So we get this states value. Yeah, we can assign it to the backend, but now we don't use it. So that is why we actually need this handle submit. So automatically, if we have this unsubmit function like this, we got the data parameter. So inside this data parameter, we can get all of the data we typed in here. So I'm going to just try it. So okay, if I just submit it, so you can see here, yeah, data. So I got the email value and name value and password confirm. But so after this, if you want to just send this data to the backend, like you can do like the Axios, and then we give the end point, and then we put this all of the data like that, and then we it do like the then something something, or you can use the Axios async await anything, but we are not going to do in this video. But I think I need to put the password type for the password confirm too. So in here the type, so to hide the plain text, so password like this. So yeah, lastly there is one more thing we need to do, is to know why we use it like this. Like we are using this use left for the password, and we put this watch for the current property, and then we, by using the password current, we are validating whether this password and password confirm values are the same. So if we come back to our diagram, this part checks whether password and password confirms are the same. So how did password current confirm? So if we come in here, we need to know what is ref first, or user ref. When we are trying to choose a specific DOM, we use the use ref inside the React application. So that is what the user ref do, choosing a specific DOM. But usually in the JavaScript, we use the DOM selector functions, such as the get element by ID on query selector to select DOM. But inside the React, actually we can still use the get element by ID and query selector to select DOM. But we usually use the ref to select the DOM. But we have the two component inside React.js. Like one is the class component, and the other one is the functional component. So inside the class component, we can just create this ref by using this React create ref. So if you see here, we are trying to create this my ref by using React create ref, and then we are trying to select this div DOM by putting this my ref in here. And if you see the inside is the functional component, we can create this my ref by using use ref, a use ref hook. So we are also selecting this DOM by using the my ref. But if you never use the ref or the select the DOM or choose the DOM, I'm going to just show you some cases when we have to choose the DOM. So when to get the element size, we choose the DOM, and then when to get the scroll bar position, or when we need to set the focus on an element. In these cases, we need to choose the DOM. In here, if I just click this input box, you can see this blue one. It becomes focused right now. But if we use the ref, even though we don't click this part, we can actually make this input focused. That's when we use this ref to select the DOM. But we need to know why we need to use this use ref right now. Do we need to choose the DOM right now? First, originally is when we compare like some value inside the React.js, we usually don't use the ref. We use the state in here. So to get the image value, whenever we type something inside the input box, this unchanged event just occurs. So we need to give the some function for this event like a handle change. So we are going to make the handle change a function in here. We get the event as a parameters whenever this event occurs. So we get the state for this value, input value. So you just state like the email value. So this initial value will be just the empty string, and then whenever we type something inside this input, we need to update the state like the event target and value like this. So and then we need to put this email value in here. So we can now have this inputs value, so the image value. So we can just compare this one with this password confirm, but we didn't do like this at all until now. The reason why we didn't do is we are using the module like a React hook form modules. In here we don't use that way, so that is why we don't use the state to compare the values, this one and this one. That is why we need to use the use ref in here, and then we put one more the property named the current inside the password ref, and then we use this watch one. We already see how this watch works. This watch observe this password input. Password input is this one. So whatever we type something inside this password input, we are observing, so we know what is going on. So if we type A, this password current will be A, and if we type BCD, and this one will be BCD. So this BCD will go to here. So now we can validate. So this password confirms value, and this password's value can be will be same or not. So this is how we validate this part. Yeah, this is why we are using use rep in here. So I think it is done. So we are testing our applications. First I'm just like click this submit button, and then hello neighbor.com, then will be hello, and password will be 1234567, and for the password confirm I will just do 12356. Oh, now it actually I typed a different value for the password confirm, but we couldn't see any error message. The reason why is I needed to change this type in here. It has to be the validate. So I just changed it, and then now we can see the password do not match. So, but I'm going to just refresh the page, and then hello, and 1234567, and 1234567. So we got this error message, and 1234566 right now. Yeah, now this password and password confirm values are same, so we cannot see any of the error message. So submit, and we can see this console out for the all of the value. So now it is completed. So thank you for watching this video again, and I hope I can see you in the next video again, and thank you.